each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
I uploaded
Starting with a script.
so we can sit
Unqualified English Doctor. And then dance.
This day over and over.
So we don't have to rinse from day one over and over
She's got
again.
long.
And Laurie just
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
So, I kind of want to start off talking to Bryce. Oh, it actually saved Lacey. Good. Jasmine, I think is that's the Harry Potter girl who set fire to the thing. We don't want to talk to her right now. How did the painting get destroyed in the fire? Yeah, we want to talk to Bryce. So, you seem preoccupied.
Sometimes I see a girl standing behind you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're asking me either.
Is this someone only you can see?
Possibly a relative of yours. Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
She doesn't normally say anything. Does she say something once in a while? Does she say something?
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour. When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Yes! I'd go to a fairground.
Just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Let's see. I'd spy on people.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me.
You're a sick fuck, Bryce.
She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles.
We got here in a minute.
I've always wondered what she looks like. Naked.
Push
For 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign.
Yeah, because she totally knew you were going to come into her home.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Extremely wrong! Please tell me extremely wrong. No, it's wrong. No, it's not wrong. Where's the, yes, it's wrong to take those photos. I'm like, yes, it's a moral outrage that you broke into someone's house, stripped them naked, and then took pictures of them.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
Why is it that?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed. He was easily distracted during the sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time.
What were you saying?
I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
Why are you stopping at awkward places? What advice
He told me
did
to
Dekker give
use
you?
my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did.
Did what?
But he pushed me. He made me think it. spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway.
Oh, yeah, we were hearing about that.
They had a display with the theme Love.
Red Purple's old!
I didn't get most of the paintings.
Neither would I, but it's
They
okay.
were well done.
Minus the fire damage. I gotta turn down the volume on that screen. Okay. Tell me more
I
about
dug
that.
the grave for Dr. Dekker. I helped carry his coffin to the burial site. Do you know what? It didn't weigh
It's
enough.
the way he leans forward and kind of gives you that look. And just, everything about him just screams like, this guy is a creepy fuck. Byrce! What's up? Mike is underwater.
Did that fix it, sir? Better? Worse? Fixed. Okay. I appreciate that, Dubsy. Alright, so... I don't know why it does that sometimes. Bryce is a sick motherfucker. He was said that he was that he because he has an extra hour in the day, he went into his neighbor's house, a single mother named Jessica, stripped her naked and took pictures of her, and then asked me if that was okay. And it's like, where was the fuck no, you're a sick fuck, Bryce option? It wasn't there. It was just, no, you shouldn't do that. I don't like Bryce. I think he's the killer. He creeps me the fuck out. The way he leans forward and when he talks and looks up at you, and just everything about him, just
No,
creepy as
The
hell.
coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Likely a creation of his own mind. Why would there be
I'm
a
guessing
decoy?
he was buried somewhere else. Or cremated.
Did you cremate
Somebody
him?
somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground.
Was it you?
Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
That's an interesting question. I used to think that like there'd be issues to be cremated or whatever. I don't think so anymore. So let's go with the I'd prefer
That's
to
a
be
good
cremated.
choice, Doctor. Less work for me.
Yeah, Siri's here, Dubsies. Little Siri girls. Yeah. I heard that little meow. Yeah, she's palling around. I'd help people.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched.
She's
so I
so
gave her
cute.
purse back. And the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Can I see some of these pictures you've taken so you can prove to me you've done these
Yes,
things?
I would steal too. And I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen
That's a good
bigger
point.
things.
Have you found any more relics?
Wretched dig goes on 24/7.
Hey, hello, little peanut. How you
25/7,
doing?
if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan,
This guy's
caused quite a
insane.
stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently.
Very good to see you.
Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend. It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. Well, I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Huh. Alright, so you were talking about Nathan over here. Interesting. I'm not done with Bryce yet, though, so we're going to go back to talking to Bryce. Why didn't you stop seeing
Because
Dr.
you have to
Dekker?
hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was. And after a point, You go too far to be able to come back anyway. Yes,
You ever
I
destroyed
suppose I've
anything?
destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
Bryce, you scare me. Like legitimately. What picture did he take of the woman whose purse was snatched? Oh, need to get my keyboard again. Because I'm not typing all that out. New way. Not with the PlayStation on-board keyboard. Too slow. Alright. So, what picture did you take of the woman who had her purse stolen?
I took a picture after undressing her. I put her clothes back on before time resumed. To be honest, there wasn't much to take off and put on. Do you know what kind of girls walk around at midnight, Doctor?
She was in her bedroom, you sick fuck. It's not like she was a whore. Alright, I gotta get away from Bryce. I don't really feel like talking to Claire. Let's see how Helene is doing. How are you doing
I
today?
haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Hilda is the old crotchety patient.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Why do you need to see
Help her
Hilda?
finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go.
Well, of course.
We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that
Yes,
way.
not really, but... what's Hilda's
Hilda wants to
unfinished
see her
business?
daughter.
Of course she does.
She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
You pick up the phone and call somebody? What talent?
I can change my skin,
She's insane.
what I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Gotta remember, I'm in a shrink's office. These people are crazy. They're not just coming to me with like, oh, I caught my girlfriend cheating on me. They're insane. What were you accused of stealing?
This? Well,
A locket?
it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
What else have your patients given
I
you?
have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
They're all trinkets?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor?
I don't think it was yours.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Especially, like, into life care, some of your patients probably have dementia, and that's the reason why your talent works to begin with. Yeah, it's wrong to keep the locket.
I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
You're right. Or it's the fact that you're insane. Can you tell me anything else about Dr.
I had a
Dekker?
session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think.
That's right, you're the last
2
person to
hours
see him
later,
alive.
I still can't get over it.
How does it
I only
comfort
shift
them?
at work to help my patients.
It seems like that'd terrify
I
the
don't
fuck
have
out of somebody
any
if you could
interest in
actually do
using it as a
that.
party trick or to deceive anyone.
It seems like you're deceiving someone. You're pretending to be their loved one.
Actually, I had a hot date.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't anything serious.
Chris,
Some
right?
Guy I know. But it was a nice date. Different to what I'm used to.
You use somebody trying to bring home the angel of death and just bam, 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 bam.
It was very traditional. Old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant.
She
Then we went
seems
for a
so
little
happy
walk
about
around
it.
here. Held
But then she
hands,
turns around and says, like,
had a bit of a kiss.
you know, no, it's not
Then he
for
called a
me.
cab, and I went home alone.
What time did you get the
I think it was
cab?
about 11 when I left Max. I'm
Max.
sure you could
Okay,
check
I got the
taxi
name
company
wrong.
If you really wanted to. If you think I need an alibi. Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
Healthcare serial killer.
Healthcare serial killer. You know,
Don't,
like those nurses.
don't be impressed. We heard this on the last one
That's why
before the
I've
game
never
crashed.
Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and
Well, of
some
course,
those
a few
patients
patients
have given me
died.
gifts. Terry thinks it means that I
Hey,
can
pixelated
swim
smile. You're upset that you're 12 minutes late to the stream. This game has been haunting me. I need answers. You and me both. Alright, so we talked to Byrce a little bit more. And what happened with Byrce is he broke into the girl's house, stripped her naked, took pictures, and then he said he reclothed her. He's stolen stuff. And he also took a picture of someone after they... some lady had her purse stolen, and he was able to give it back to her, but obviously she wouldn't know that he did it, so he took a picture of her too. So that was pretty much the end of Byrce for the moment. Haven't talked to Claire, and we're on Aline right now. And she's batshit crazy.
His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us.
Because he
He's
treats
not
you like
really
a
my
lady.
type.
Tell me about
I've
Max.
known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material.
Why isn't he boyfriend material? I'm telling you, she like everything that she said. It was very traditional. You know, it's we went on a date, and then he called me a cab, and I went home alone after just a little peckish kiss. And it's like, so you're used to bringing strange men home that you've dated once, and just bring them into your bedroom and having them just fuck the shit out of you. That was what like she thinks is a normal date.
I can sense it, you know? It's like when
Like Aquaman?
you're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fainting, even before the doctors know. Their
Is it because
energy
you've been killing them?
changes.
I still don't think that she's a
Insane
killer.
when I put it into
She's
words.
insane.
I sound like my mum.
I'm just, look, in this type of situation, you gotta talk back to the game, because the game is insane, and that is part of what is drawing me so much into this game, is these people are so strangely interesting. How was Dr. Dekker on Valentine's
Fine on
Day?
Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood.
Hi, Siri girls.
It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
Was that before or after you murdered him? Alright, Aline. We'll be back. Oh, God, Mariana. Okay. How are you today?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts.
Yeah!
New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
I have to ask, why am I better behaved? Such a weird game. It is a very weird game. We're on day 2, though. Day 1, I don't know if you were here for that, Little Peanut. Day 1, we got introduced to all these people, and they're all, every last one of them, absolutely insane. Hey, what's up, Viridian Prime?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
No, but you were flirting with me yesterday. Which patients did he date?
I think her name was Scarlett? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
Now, see, she sounded depressed there, like he wouldn't go for her. Was it Lacey, maybe, instead of Scarlett? Because he called her, like, the succubus or something? I forget where that is. Ow! Ding dong! You're more well behaved than Dr. Dekker. Hello there, Terry Clarissa. How you doing? This game is extremely interesting. It is very, very strange.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
Just going to the beach or waking up there naked? Because that's a bit of a... Hey, thank you so much for the host. I certainly appreciate that. Is this the chick who shows up? Yes, this is. No, the crazy woman that said her husband had an affair. Oh, that's Claire. Now, Claire, she's the one who stabbed her husband with a steak knife. How are you doing today there, Terry? It's awfully good to have you dropping by the stream. I am so addicted to this game, guys.
He went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
God, that girl weirds me out. Were you lying about not drinking?
Drink. Only sometimes, like a social drinker. Like a social smoker. They don't smoke either.
Yes, they do.
It was Valentine's Day. I drink on special occasions.
So you drink a lot, then. Okay, so she lied. How are you
I
persuasive?
know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But
Well,
I
you're
think
definitely
I'll
not
have a
ugly.
Smile.
You're definitely not ugly. You scare me, but you're not ugly. What the fuck is happening with this girl? This game stresses me out. I love it.
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful.
Like my cat?
Makes me feel dull by comparison.
I mean, you're definitely not dull, but like the cat's cute, but she's just a cat. What's the point of this game? Like the objective? You are a psychiatrist who's interviewing Dr. Dekker's patients to try to figure out which one of his patients killed him. Because he died. Detroit Dubs coming in with 360 bits. Thank you so much for those bits, Dubsy. I really do appreciate that. She's a schizo? Yeah, she is, 100%. Yes, I know this game. Mel loves games, everybody!
We do something a lot, we're gonna miss it. I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts.
Are you drinking on the beach? What beautiful thing you have I need to switch that is. Okay, 1 second here. That my camera is finally annoying me where it is. And now that I know how to switch days. Alright, so. What beautiful thing have you seen? Oh, that's a fair question.
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea.
Like a pearl? Or like a
I don't know
mermaid?
you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
You've already told me you wake up.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck!
I've just had a phone call from
Twice!
a solicitor.
Twice that
Ben
bitch
is
has
trying
scared
to
me
sue
like
us
that.
for nervous shock. Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy, I just think we should act quickly
I'm
before it's too
in
late.
session, Jaya. Why are you breaking into my office while I'm in session, woman? I am with a patient. Hello, Mellows Games. I thought it sounded familiar. Absolutely. Mel, I highly recommend this game. It is so fun. Intimate Secrets.
Right, no. Is our session up now?
Not quite. Why did you have
We
drinks
went
with
out for
Dekker?
Valentine's Day. Neither of us had dates, so I just suggested we go out together. You know, rather than just sit in with nothing to do. He'd been acting a bit strange anyway, and I thought he could do with a break.
How was he acting strange? And now I have to ask. How was Dekker acting strange? It would help if I could spell. I swear every other key doesn't.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial.
Okay.
A passive listener.
Oh, so he was one of
Towards
those.
the end.
And how does that make you feel?
He liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Of a cliff? Holy shit. I think there may be alternate endings too, but I'm not sure. But yes, how fortuitous that this game also has jump scares. Why wouldn't it? Dude, like she came storming in, you know? What were you doing on Valentine's?
Dr. Dekker until about 9 o'clock.
Ah, so you're the
I
last
remember
person.
getting an Uber. It was expensive, and the driver was annoying. I saw one of your patients, actually, the nurse, when we drove by the pier. She was with someone. I don't think she saw me.
Alright, well, at least that verifies them. How was the Uber driver annoying?
The Uber driver also fished down by the sea.
Under the
He said he'd
sea!
seen me
Under
lots
the
of
sea!
times after I washed up. And he told me that I had a great body. Just wanted to get home.
Hey, look, you wake up naked at the beach and then you get into a car with a random stranger, even if they're an Uber driver. There's a good chance that somebody has seen you naked, you know? I mean, just saying. Do you know the driver's
I don't know
name?
anything else about the driver. I've forgotten him already.
He was just that unmemorable, huh? She did it, she had to. No! See, here's the thing. I don't think she did. If I honestly had to guess, here's the culprit. And this guy scares the fuck out of me. Well, like... Here,
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway.
That's not what I wanted. Here, look.
Possibly a relative of yours. Possibly a patient that died here.
So,
I'm not sure.
he normally only has an extra hour
She
every
doesn't
day.
normally say.
And now he can see someone standing behind me. This guy's insane. Just absolutely insane. Alright, let's go back to Marianne and let's finish her up. What happened after 9?
I have no idea. I just went home. I guess he probably came back here if that's where they found him.
Were you seeing
People are
Dekker?
quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Have you been
I danced
dancing?
around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I
No.
like dancing around in my
Dancing.
underwear. Sometimes less.
And you wonder why you're waking up naked on the beach when you have a... Cherry Pie just subscribed with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Cherry. She's not the creepiest one. Yay! Thank you so much for that, Cherry. I really do appreciate that. The Elusive Wolf coming in with a lurk. Thank you so much for that
I'm
lurk.
not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
No, not today. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you guys decide this one. Yes, I'm offering, or no, I'm not. Cause why not? Let's get some audience interaction here. Do we want to offer ourselves to date this obviously crazy woman? She's definitely not. I can understand her psychosis. They're all crazy. Kid you not? Oh, there's no doubt. They are all absolutely crazy. So I got no, and yep. The one who likes to burn shit creeps me out. Yeah, see, Nathan is the one, he didn't like to burn stuff, but he did burn stuff. Or are you talking about Claire? No, yeah, Claire. No, not Claire. Jasmine? She's the one who thinks that pictures talk to her. As soon as it pulls back in. Yeah, that's the Harry Potter chick. Do it for science. See what happens. Say yes. Don't stick your ding dong in crazy. Hey, look, I never said I was going to sleep with her. Actually, my vote was also for no. But Pixelated Smile wants to say yes. Do it for science. No, you meant Nathan? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pixelated Smile. I'm gonna have to say no this time. We might play the game again and say yes, just to see if there is an alternate ending or something.
It sounded like an offer to me, Doctor.
She doesn't take no for an answer. Alright, so we caught Mariana up. How are you doing
Doctor.
today?
I had a bit
Hello!
of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday,
I was there.
I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are piled of ashes.
How many times did you have to relive the day before you were able to do that? Why did you burn Hannah's
I
clothes?
kept almost all of her stuff as she left it.
Now see, that's more
the
creepy to
clothes.
me than the fact that he
I
burned
decided
a
to
dead
burn
woman's
those yesterday,
clothes.
So, here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
Yeah, my favorite season's winter because it's Bug Armageddon, and we will tell him that again. Winter. Not weenie. Winter.
If you like winter, you're supposed to be hard-working and analytical. I suppose that
Lucky
increases
you.
my chances of you curing my problem. I don't think winter was Hannah's favourite season. Not colourful enough.
Pixelated Smile coming in and taking a bow. You guys, she is a very funny girl. She likes to play a variety of different games. She's also new to streaming. So if anyone could, please do click that link, drop over to her channel, and leave her a follow, and try to catch her next time she streams. You will not be disappointed. I never have been whenever I'm hanging out over there. And she picks on the elusive Phoenix, which is hilarious. What did Dekker
Dr.
think of you?
felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. That's even a thing.
He cursed you?
Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but
Like
let's just say
boogala boogala
I
boogala
blame
curse?
for the
Or
way I
like,
am.
fuck you, Nathan?
Can you give me some advice?
He
Doctor?
cursed at you? What advice do you need?
Trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. Setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Yeah, look, I'm not saying it's a good thing to go around burning stuff, okay? However, if you are going to do something like he has had a traumatic event, and purging her things from his life is going to be beneficial for Nathan. Burn the rocking
Fire to the
chair.
rocking chair. I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and side to side.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day,
Yes, you were.
visiting Hannah's grave.
Got even the
anniversary
wave
like
is
that.
creepy. That's
My
what I'm
parents
known
wanted
for,
a
funny and
huge funeral
big
with
on
trimmings.
Phoenix.
Hannah would
Nice.
never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit.
Done. Set fire to
I'll join the
nothing.
epitaph.
Hey, look, I'm not saying that's all that you're known for. You play some interesting games, but honestly, I've only been to your channel a couple of times, and usually you're picking on Phoenix, which is hilarious. What was the epitaph?
We walk alone without our angel.
Do you feel
Alone
lonely?
since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Yeah, actually, I know somebody who likes the beach. Would you like me to get you her number? And she's currently looking. Lucky you.
Okay, fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for though.
This dude reminds
Just
me
sign
of
up to Tinder
an
and start
insane
swiping.
asylum, probably because he
Maybe
belongs
it's just
there.
company I'm missing. But I don't really want any.
Now, see, look, out of everybody, I don't know what it is about Nathan, but I like Nathan. I genuinely want to see him cured. He seems like he's just in a bad situation, which probably means that he's going to end up being the killer. That's just my luck. But like out of everybody else, like they're all crazy. Every last one of them, absolutely Looney Tunes, including Nathan. But I don't know.
But when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me.
The great bearded one.
She was an angel to
I
everyone.
mean, that's fair, but I wouldn't say I'm great. when did you leave Henley Church?
About 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder?
I have to ask
Maybe you
everybody.
should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
What were you doing at the time of Dekker's
It was
murder?
a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Absolutely Looney Tunes. Oh, there's no doubt. They are all crazy. He already told us it's a
sea creature,
squid.
like an octopus. I suppose they find dinosaur bones everywhere. Just because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place was the bottom of the ocean.
Unless you're one of those flat earthers.
She was interested. Maybe I misread. Maybe she was just being kind. I suppose most women wouldn't enjoy me talking about my dead ex for hours.
Huh. That's true. Tell me about your
Dead.
mother.
Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. How'd she die? What was your
I like
favorite
winter.
season?
Being snowed in with Hannah. Just the two of us. It's paradise.
It's been 5 years, dude, and you're a bit intertwined with this girl still. It's time to let her go. She's dead. She's gone. Alright, Nathan, we'll be back. And Claire. Oh, God, I don't want to talk to Claire. She doesn't answer questions. She abruptly finds ways to intricately use her vast vocabulary to end the question.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake.
Hello again, little
I
peanut.
always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Your parents. What did you do at the lake
I
house?
stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
That seemed... Did you speak to
I
the
don't
girl?
know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children. But she seemed different. Special. I'm allowed to talk to her,
Nice.
aren't I?
Surgery simulator. It's because she's guilty. So, Pixelated Smile, you agree with me. Well, I mean, not me, because I think Bryce did it. But you agree with me that she's at least extremely unsettling. I mean, she really is. Yeah, sure, you can talk to the girl. I don't care.
It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human.
Siri, stop!
So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
I mean, don't go looking, but... Yeah, go ahead.
And I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
You do that. Why was the girl
Maybe I've been
sad?
hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Where is David today?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
How did your parents
He
die?
died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
That's a...
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Now, look, she may not have killed Dekker, okay, although he was stabbed, but she definitely killed her parents. Like, definitely killed her parents.
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really.
So David hunts
not really
and
good at either job,
skins,
so
and
the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging.
he's
off
not
them.
able, like...
I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Everything about what she says seems contradictory to everything else that she says.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Ow, ow. Quit biting my feet! You fucking cat. What did you talk about Dekker in your last
Dekker made me
session?
an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
You made sure of that, right? What were you doing on Valentine's
Day
night?
I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do.
Why were you watching
He
David?
has trouble with his mental faculties, and he's getting worse.
And you're letting him hunt.
I watch him and make sure nothing bad happens.
But you don't stay at the lake house. David stays at the lake house. You stay at the main house. And she's crazy. She's absolutely crazy. Definitely contradictory. She is smart enough to kill them that way with an alibi. Oh, fuck.
No? Yes. I suppose I always will.
I'm curious to know who all of you think who all of you think the killer is so far. We've not met everyone yet, I don't think, because like Lacey and Jasmine are new today. We didn't meet them at first. I can also talk to Jaya now. Ugh. All right, who was I on? We were on Claire. No. Yeah. Yeah. How did the girl seem
I don't know.
special?
I suppose she just reminded me of me.
Was she holding a severed
I spent a
head?
lot of time alone as a child.
Bathed in the blood of her enemies?
She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
When did your
It was
parents
12 years
die?
ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan, anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
How did you meet
Met
David?
isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows.
I don't
in the
feel like I can
bathroom.
tell yet. They all make me
I
want to
live in
punch
very
something.
exclusive places. You tend to see the same faces.
Pixelated Smile, I want to see everybody play this game, but Pixelated Smile, I want to see you play this game just because I would love to hear some of your other guys' opinions of this stuff. Like I'm throwing my shit in constantly because it's like, it's how I play games. What kind of exclusive
I don't move in
circles?
any circles anymore. Those people were my parents' friends, not mine. I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
Yeah, when you're like 4 or 5, not when you're 11. All right, Claire, we'll come back. Jasmine, tell me about Bryce.
There's not much to tell. I knew he was a patient here. I'd seen him in the waiting room a couple of times. He likes art and talking and looking down here instead of up here.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I saved that one for last. That was what made her green. Bryce likes looking down here instead of up here. Alright, let's talk to Jaya for a minute. Who has a session on Valentine's Day?
Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home
Called
though, so
out.
I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Tell me about Ben.
Should I get a solicitor or shall we try and talk it out with him?
And get a solicitor. Hire a lawyer. Fuck
I
it.
think we should get a solicitor. I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all. Don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it. Hey you.
How you doing?
Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
Well, what you're actually feeling here is a separation anxiety attack. And you're absolutely insane.
I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Alright, what can you tell me about Dekker? What was Dekker
It
like?
hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Oh. Tell me about
I
Bryce.
think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun,
See, Dr. Dekker
he's
is a
outside
naughty boy.
waiting for you.
Oh,
and
one
he
hat.
stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Oh, fuck. What can you tell me about
I
Nathan?
just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Who's Tom? Who is
Tom
Tom?
was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano.
Hey,
He did have a
Kajaro,
strange
look at her
hobby.
eyes, laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off. All right, first off, what was Tom's hobby?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically
Really?
falling from a huge
Base jump.
building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground.
It typically
He
helps.
started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute.
Gravity
And guess
1?
what happened?
Please tell me Gravity 1 was an option.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock.
Same rock?
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Oh boy, you seen the crazy eyes on that one? Don't! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody knew about him dishonoring his patient-doctor confidentiality? I suppose. Is there someone you wanted to say goodbye
I wish I'd
to?
said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. Here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
Oh, wait a minute. He quit.
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. No, it's sad. But doctors come and go, and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere.
Yeah, I need to see
do all
that.
the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Professor Alt? To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as it knows my intention to resign from my position. Dekker. Fair enough. Interesting. Professor Alderby. He's insane and I want to talk to him. Please, for the love of God, tell me I get to talk to that
Professor
guy.
Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
No, apparently you didn't. What can you tell me about the crazy nurse?
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
What about
Claire
Claire?
seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
You shouldn't be offering drinks to the patients.
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's
Special.
something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
You gonna wake up naked on the beach too? Why did Dekker work? Why did you work late with Dekker? Why isn't your assistant wearing shoes? Nobody is wearing shoes. I am still here watching, just not commenting as much. That's okay there, little peanut. It's good to have you.
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
What patterns was Dr. Dekker trying to spot?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had.
Do they all know
what
each other?
led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Referral letters.
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters. He was sure there was a pattern in them.
What's Ben's mom got to do with it? Got to do with it.
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Her baby, her child, went through a horrible, horrible thing finding that body. Will you quit fucking with my couch? Who or
you
what is
watched
Cthulhu?
The tapes. Ah, gold star for you.
No, I know what Cthulhu is, though. That doesn't help. What can you tell me about Dr. Dekker's patients?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are
That's a
private.
bit evasive,
But Dr.
even
Dekker
for a
didn't
doctor.
introduce
Yeah,
some of them.
like he's a nut job. I think that's why I said why the game's called The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. I think Dekker lost his mind along the way, and he was using his own psychosis to further fuel everything. Well, look, like half of her scenes, she keeps getting up and moving the fucking couch cushions and stuff. Just sit there. Stop touching my damn couch. You drive me crazy.
It's smashed.
All right. So I got everybody to you need, well, almost everybody. Jaya needs to confirm Eileen's alibi and tell her who Eileen said could do that. Jaya needs to confirm Eileen's alibi. With the taxi company? That was Max, right? You can't have my couch! The fuck you thinking? Can you... Great. Can you check on Eileen's alibi with the taxi company? Why won't A register?
One step ahead of you, boss. Eileen was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Huh. All right, Jaya, you're on top of your game. You crazy bitch, you. All right, let's go back to Byrce for a minute here. The elusive Mad Dog coming in with a lurk. Nobody else fucks with the couch constantly. She's constantly fucking with the couch. Would I murder someone in my extra hour? Would you murder someone with your extra hour?
I don't have anything to say to that.
You thought about it, you didn't quite do it, you did do it. He makes me nervous. What? Elusive Mad Dog, what a creep. Yeah, you pick on Mad Dog too, unfortunately. Mad Dog's a nice guy. Did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? Did Dekker call me? Call you often?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me.
Always a creep. If she was to get on Destiny, I would help her out. He asked me to pick on him. He asked you to pick on him. Oh, Mad Dog likes it, huh? He likes that kind of crap. How many times did she go out with Dr. Dekker? I don't really care. How many times did you go out with Dekker?
We only went out for drinks that one time. I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
I said no dancing.
I've danced around in my living room, but...
I told her not to dance at all. I did nothing of the sort. Alright. So, I got quite a few people we got to figure out everything else with. All right, what is it? Tell me about your mother.
Thanks for bringing that up.
All right, yeah. How did your mother die? How did your mom die?
She stopped breathing. I don't know. I was 6. Something to do with her lungs.
All right. What were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
What were you doing when he called?
Pass.
Awkward, Nathan. Awkward. Were you at the time?
It was a missed call. It was.
Alright, I didn't miss nothing here. Why did you burn Hannah's clothes? How are you today?
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk.
Shaky loop incident.
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
He was talking to the student, but wasn't in the mood for conversation. Ah. You were talking with the student.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really.
Alright. You were talking... You said you were not in the mood to talk.
I meant I wasn't in the mood to talk to Dr. Dekker.
Ah, nailed it. Okay. What else we got here? Why did you burn Hannah's clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it.
Why have you not gotten rid of Hannah's stuff?
That's not really something I know about.
Ah, come on, that was a good question. What charity did Hannah donate her clothes to? Which charity did Hannah donate her things? I guess we should say clothes too.
Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money.
Your
I
sanity?
actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned called Mind Stretch Outreach.
How long have you been seeing Dekker?
Hannah never met Dr. Dekker. She did donate to his charity once, though. Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money. I actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned called Mind Stretch Outreach.
Mind Stretch Outreach. Oopsie.
Mind Stretch Outreach arranges programs for gifted children. It's for poor,
Oh.
clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity, I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are thankful to the people running it. Which, in this case, is Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was running the charity. Remind me of how Hannah died. Nathan was driving a car, didn't notice the oncoming guy, and her side of the car got ran into, and she died by splintering of metal shards into her body from the crash. Do you like fire?
I think fire is very primal in terms of energy. Maybe if I burn something, my days will keep rolling. Although I'm not sure you're supposed to encourage arson in these sessions, Doctor.
Not typically. But maybe I can do what I want. You don't own me! Alright, what else?
Mind Stretch Outreach arranges programs for gifted children.
Dekker was in charge of Mind Stretch? Why do I keep trying to put an A in that?
I think Dr. Dekker set up Mind Stretch Outreach so that he could influence the minds of children at an early age.
Oh, so he's
to believe
insane.
they could be anything they wanted to be. Since his death, it's been disbanded. No more minions of Dr. Dekker.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing. Alright, let me flip back over here. I swear all these people are suspicious. Every last one of them is suspicious. This lady here is extreme.
He said that I leech thoughts from people, suck 'em right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
Like I said, insane. Why did you think the children were minions? Why were the children minions? Oh, did he make them all wear the goggles and go, hey, 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 and talk in little gibberish?
Just felt like he was growing this child army of intelligentsia.
Nathan is done? Holy shit, she's horrifying. Here, what happened when Agnes... Here we
I
go.
could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
Like, they're all crazy. Every last one of them, even my assistant, crazy. There she fucking with my couch again! Stop fucking with my couch! Ah! Nightmare fuel. She says she's like dancing in her underwear. Yeah, I was going to try to avoid that. You like to dance in your underwear.
Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point yet.
I didn't say jump up and show me. God bless. Okay, what do we got here? Blah, 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 blah. I should tell Jasmine that Dekker was stabbed. I think. Jasmine's done. We've already covered things with Jasmine. Here, let me go back to Jasmine though, because I don't know if you guys were here for that. So
I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third.
She lives in Harry Potter world.
And it started talking to me.
A painting started talking to her that she called Dorian Gray.
That I'm ugly. That I have no talent. Nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor?
Here. What's your major malfunction?
When you see a painting, it stands still.
Most people do.
When
yeah.
I see one, it's moving. Like a mini film. Like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting...
They run up to the painting and start screaming at you. Hey, motherfucker! Alright. Back to Mariana. New doctor, new hope. Hope for what? Hope for what?
A hope for a cure, of course.
Fair enough. Let's see if I can guess one.
A hope for a cure, of course.
Cure for?
I want to stop having blackouts. I want to be able to remember. I want you to fix me.
To fix you. Alright, well, we got through that. Where you seeing
People
Dekker?
are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common.
What did you have in common with Dekker?
We went out for drinks, didn't you?
Ah, bitch. Fine. How was Dekker
For
in exchange?
a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Alright, let's try push you over the edge. And I'm guessing that he wasn't talking about pushing you over the edge of his bed. And anyways.
Just felt like I had some kind of special power.
Like Aquaman. We've been over this.
And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
What else can she tell me about Scarlet?
It's Scarlet with 2 T's. Pretentious.
Okay. Scarlet.
It's Scarlet with...
Alright. Push you over the
Just
edge.
felt like...
Special power.
I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf. I said
Fuck yes!
about it.
That's amazing!
What is it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me?
I know you don't want to talk about it, but I want to see the little light thing go to green. So I'm going to ask you every question I can think of. Alright, bud, need to run to finish up my day. Have a great stream. Thank you so much for Viridian Prime. We'll catch you later. What would you label it as?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
Way too interested in me, Mariana. Isn't drinks a date? Just ask it exactly like it showed it there.
Dr. Dekker did date his patients. Not me, I'd never agree. A drink is not a date.
Alright, let's see if we
He
can
went
figure
out
out.
for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Persuasive. How persuasive? God, I cannot spell. Persuasive. How the hell do you spell persuasive? Persuasive? Can you be?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it?
Did I spell
I
it
feel
right?
pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
You do, but that doesn't help for what I was. Da, 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 da. Come on. Give me the next hint. What breach was Dr. Dekker talking about? What breach was he talking about? What was he talking about? We do pig Latin here. What breach was he talking about?
You know, like a breach of ethics or something. Girl doesn't ask for details.
Oh.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end...
Is it the passive listener part? Passive listener. Listener.
Sorry, say that again? I don't know.
They chose good they chose good actors, and she has a very pretty smile, despite the fact that she is
For
absolutely
a lot of our sessions,
batshit
he would be pretty
crazy.
impartial.
And like you guys were saying, you don't put your dick in crazy.
Towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Alright. How did Dekker like to interfere? F. There we go.
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
Jump! That would be typical.
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to.
Wait, what was that guy's name? Jaya. Jaya. What was that guy's name? Did you know Tom?
Clueless. I'm not sure how this.
Did he tell someone to jump off a cliff?
It's just an example. I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff.
Well, at least that got rid of that one. So what do we have left here? Nothing. Nothing, but she's not done. Can I not get them all to green? Who was Alice?
Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything.
Really?
But she had a wicked sense of humour. Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
Would you know if something was bothering him?
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
What about her? Tell me about your mom. About your, and I want to use the way you spelled it, mum.
My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right?
Yes.
So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
Why was she given the locket? Okay. Why were you given the locket?
It was the one thing she held on to right until the end. Her most treasured possession.
But it's just a trinket.
She said she wanted me to have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes.
But were you using your talent when she died?
I can change.
I don't need to hear that again. Oh, God. Okay.
We talked about families, I think.
What about Dekker's mom, I guess?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
Therapists should never do that. Do you have any loose ends?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends.
Just a few loose screws. You definitely got a...
Sounds like Dekker and his...
What issues did Dekker have with his mom?
I'm not sure I should talk about that. Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality?
No, you're not. So it wants me to ask another question about that, but I don't know.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
She has a lot of questions. Can you shift now?
I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many.
That wasn't what I asked, but that's interesting. Did Dekker have any unfinished business? Did Dekker have any... Let's use your word for it. Unfinished business. in the S.
Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die.
Most people don't.
It's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
Alright.
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them.
You become them?
No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something.
Did you ever date Dr. Dekker?
No. I wouldn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. He's my therapist. I would just be wrong.
Other patients did, though.
No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing.
Okay, so
I don't think my body actually
that's less
changes.
crazy.
I think it's more like an illusion. It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
No, Feel what leave you? Your insanity in going into them?
That's not really important. Ask me something else.
Alright.
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
What don't the other nurses understand? Okay. What don't the... Oopsie. Quit it. The other nurses understand?
The bond I have with my patients is not the same for the other nurses. They don't have...
Can you take the ponytail
talent.
out? It again with your special talent. Dekker's mom.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using...
How does it help them?
No, that's not a question for me.
It is a question for you, but the game is sort of limited. Alright, what else can I ask Jaya here? What else do I need to talk to Jaya about?
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
Alderby Question mark.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
Who else is a trustee?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does. I'm sure.
Detroit Dubs coming in with those beautiful Siri hypes. He pretends to be a patient.
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Must be won't you be breaching patient confidentiality?
Oh, don't be such a... It's just between us two.
It was fucking Nathan. Hello there. I know you told me how to say your name. It's hazed. It's phased. Phased. I remember it was phased. X-phased. It could have been any one of them, honestly. It could have been any one of them. I found out that Dr. Dekker was dating several of his patients. You can do it! I don't think I have the skills. Oh, so close. X-phased? It phased? Oh, come on, damn it. I know you told me and I totally forgot. Damn. Why do you think you will get into trouble? It's good to see you dropping back by.
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions.
Generally means money. It's in your name, and I-X-phased. I will remember it next time. I-X-phased. Okay.
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions, which generally means making lots of money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. And you?
Don't you touch my couch again. I'm trying to think if... Owned by a trust. Trust?
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
Maybe. It was her. Hello there, it's Fernando. Yep, read it like IX and phase. It has spaces between. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to yeah, IX phased. I'm gonna do my best not to forget that again. Does she believe what Professor Aldworth said about gods? Did you believe? I'm just gonna say what he, because I don't want to spell his name. Believe what he said about gods.
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
Everybody's so evasive to my questions. Just I want straightforward fucking answers. That ass though. You like Jaya's ass there, huh? Whenever she bends over to fuck with the picture. She's the only patient Like, he's fucking with my couch, and it's driving me mad. Just sit the fuck down. And there she goes messing with it again.
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions.
You make all the decisions? Oh boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, didn't help that I can't spell worth a flip. Why would Professor Aldby need to test Dr. Dekker? Why would he need to test Dekker?
Test is the wrong word. More like gently guide. Professor Alderby had a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really helps them focus on where the problems are.
Really? Decisions. Has Nathan admitted to faking the days or Bryce faking the extra hour? No, they have not yet. Bryce took naked pictures of people. God damn, come on now. What is with the watch today?
Nope. I've got nothing.
I see it in your hands. Deny it all you want. Have you seen the pictures? No, I have not. Still here! Yay! Glad you're still here, little peanut. And hint. What does she think about chaos? Your thoughts on chaos?
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
It depends there, Jaya. I still have no idea what else to ask her. And I don't think there's any other thing that has a star next to it. We're getting close to getting everybody caught up. I don't know what else to say.
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions, which generally means making lots of money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here. Now I've got a flair for recognising the extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary.
Oh, alright then. How were Dr. Dekker and I extraordinary? How are we extraordinary?
Very interesting that you asked me that. Not something I can answer, though.
That is not helpful, Jaya! Quit getting rid of my little timer thing. I need to see it. Well, incidentally, I also need to run to the restroom, so I will be right back, guys. Give me just a second here. Siri. Alright. So, is she deceiving her patients? Are you I don't need that there. Deceiving your patients?
I don't know. Are you happy, Doctor?
Very.
You seem happy. You have a very positive energy.
That was way further creepy.
You seem happy. You have a very positive energy.
The way that she stares at you. Creepy. Alright.
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand.
Do you need to hold their hand?
It only lasts for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection.
Interesting. And we got rid of that, so good. What else we have here?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
What else did Dekker talk about himself?
Mainly he talked about being a therapist.
Aha!
Said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts.
He
said
does.
not all of them were as enlightened as me.
You weird me out. What does she mean by enlightened? What do you mean enlightened?
I don't know.
It would really help if I could spell. What do you mean by enlightened?
I feel like you're asking me questions about something I don't know anything about.
Oops.
Well, you know, I know what I can do is special.
Sure.
I see it as a good thing.
I know a guy who has an extra hour.
Apparently, some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
Happy, bubbly angel of death? What else do we have here?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Is she deceiving her patients? Are you deceiving? I'm not spelling that right, am I?
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
Alright, 1 second here, guys. hell is going on my damn computer? I had the eye in the wrong spot.
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them.
How does she change her skin? How do you change your skin?
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
Why is it not a thing that I can ask any of these people to prove what they're saying? Hold my hand, shift. Alright, what else do we have here? Just on Valentine's night is the last thing I can ask her about. Okay.
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date. Different to what I'm used to.
Ah, okay. What kind of date are you used to?
I don't really have anything to tell you about that.
Well, it didn't save that question, so obviously that wasn't a question to ask. God, I wish I could fast forward a little bit. I don't need to watch the whole thing. Were you lying about looking for love? I forgot about that, because on the first one, the first day, she talked about that she thought...
I didn't lie. I'm really not interested in dating anyone. I just went out with Max as a favour, for a friend. Like I said, it wasn't anything serious.
You're going out with him as a favor for a friend. Alright, I think Claire and Bryce are... Oh, and Jaya. Fuck you.
I've recruited the last 5 doctors.
5 doctors. See?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Apparently the amount of doctors doesn't matter. Alright, I'm a little interested to get the rest of these, but at the same time I kind of want to move on. So, alright, fuck me. Alright, I don't think I have that much more to do, so... You live on your own.
I live on my own. Occasionally I visit my father. He's in sheltered housing. Dementia.
Dementia, huh? What else can you tell me about your dad?
I live on my own. Occasionally I visit my father. Yes, I would steal too. And I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wait and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen bigger things.
All right. What bigger things?
From stealing milk, I moved on to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals. so I've stolen quite a lot of that. I'm not proud. I think
Taking
I've been
any
doing
bodies?
it because I can. To prove to myself, either way, my extra hour is actually real.
That is interesting. He's stealing cocaine and using it all. Has he seen people come back from the dead? Have you seen people come back? For motherfuck from the dead. I don't know
When you
why.
work in a graveyard, you see a lot of strange things. I'm not sure if
That's
they're
why
real,
he's like this.
or whether I think they're real, or which is worse. When you work in a graveyard, you see a lot of strange things. I'm not sure if they're real.
Strange things.
You're laughing at me, aren't you? I said I wasn't sure if they were real.
Do I look like I'm laughing? I was earlier. Not now.
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Alright, I know it. We asked them about the decoy. Why would there be a decoy?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time.
How did you get more time?
Thinking I had an extra hour at the end of each day did become real for me, Doctor. Maybe Dekker was a genie, and he could grant wishes. Maybe he wished himself dead. I don't know.
You totally killed him, you crazy motherfucker! Why didn't Dekker want to know about his patients anymore?
Therapists are supposed to help you.
Ideally.
For whatever reason, Dr. Dekker had given up the desire to cure my mind, and instead wanted to make me more unstable.
By giving you an extra hour? Alright, something about Dekker's coffin.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Alright, I don't have a Jessica. Can I ask anything else about her, though?
I took photos of Jessica.
Yeah, I know, you're weird. What did you do with the photos?
I can't delete them. I don't know why. I haven't shown them to anyone else.
You have them on your phone?
Do you want to see them, Doctor?
Alright. I don't want to see pictures of a random frozen person that he has taken pictures of naked. Although, I do want to see for the fact that he can prove that he's not crazy. But I'm almost certain he's crazy. Yes, show me the pictures, because I don't believe him.
If you want to see those photos, you're as sick as I am.
I don't believe you. That's the whole thing. I don't need to see the pictures of her naked, but I mean, I can see the pictures of other things that he's taken while everything is frozen still. Here's what I'm trying to get to. Prove that what you're saying is true. Would I murder someone in my extra hour? Would I murder someone in my extra hour?
I don't think you would, Doctor. I don't think I would either.
Wouldn't you know since you have the extra hour? Oh.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Did you go to a fairground?
Ha! That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Alright. Think. I have no idea what to ask him with these last two. Like legitimately. Oh! Have you moved or hidden things in your extra hour? Extra hour.
Moving things around and hiding things was amusing at first, when everyone was frozen. Some people would faint when things appeared from midair. Others would cry. Others just thought that it was there all the time and that their mind was playing tricks on them. It got boring fast, though.
That doesn't seem like that'd get boring. That seems like that would be hilarious. To move things around on people. Okay. That takes care of that one, so the only one left is his coffin.
The coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Did you look into the coffin?
No, the coffin wasn't empty.
Alright. There's something I have to ask about that, but I don't know what.
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was some...
Maybe it contained ashes or other remains.
I'm a bit of a professional at this grave-filling business, Doctor. I know a decoy coffin when I handle one.
He's insane. He's absolutely insane, and I love it. It is off the wall.
I don't move in any circles anymore. Those people were my parents' friends, not mine.
Parents' friends.
I'm happy to discuss all of these things, just one at a time.
That was one thing. All right, Claire. Well, I don't think I can finish Mariana. I think I pissed her off somehow, or something. Weird. Da, 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 da.
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan, anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
Toughen up. Togen up. Togen up. And now I can't think of how to spell toughen. Toughen up.
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
How large of a fortune? I wonder if the key is significant. Is the key significant?
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around. I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
An opportunity.
I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Did David see it as an opportunity?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him.
That's frustrating. Am I spelling that wrong? Opportunity. I was taught to spell with phonics and it doesn't always work.
Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you.
Was she close to her parents? Were you close to your parents? Hooked on phonics, yes. Worked for
I
me.
love my parents very much. They were very good parents. It was hard letting them go.
It's the way you say things makes me think. Love, you're talking to us because you shanked your hubby. She certainly did that.
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
What kind of offer?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited even. He talked a lot. Dr. Dekker was more animated that day.
Why was he more animated?
Instead of his usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
With Scarlett. What does she mean by enormous fortune? Enormous fortune.
Yes, money. Everybody wants it. But what use is it really? Look at me.
Cheating husband that you stabbed?
Am I loved? Am I living?
So was Dekker just some lust demon? Who was Dekker dating? I don't know.
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
There seems to be a lot you're not willing to talk about.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too. I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there.
Lake House. How does it make you feel? Why is it not registering certain keys?
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful.
Alright. Carbon monoxide poisoning from what? Carbon monoxide poison. Poisoning. Why is it double do? From what?
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Well, I at least got that. Was that done with that? No. Fuck. Alright, Bryce is done, Jasmine's done, Lacey's done, Jaya is not.
I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here. Now I've got a flair for recognising the extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary.
Recruited.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't know.
Okay. Eileen. Oh, you're done. I don't have to talk to you no more. We're getting close to getting Claire finished. At least I think we are. Some of these questions are not things that I would immediately... we did the extraordinary. That one we got.
I've recruited the last...
At least I think we did.
Both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class.
Oh, guess we did not.
Both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim. Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
Interesting hope. Where did the girl come from? Where did the girl come from?
She lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it come, had 2 C's. That's okay.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house.
Friend's house?
Do you think they killed my parents?
Did you kill your parents?
Do you think they killed my parents?
Maybe. That was a fair question, right? Am I supposed to accuse her? Like, everything that's left is about...
Do you think they killed my parents?
No. I don't think you killed them.
It's okay if you think I killed them. You wouldn't be the first to draw that conclusion. People can be so cynical. I'm used to it.
Maybe if you weren't such a cold-hearted bitch. How long have you known David?
I've known David forever. It seems like he's always been in my life, one way or another. He was a family friend. It's different now, of course, to when I first met him. I felt like he was protecting me then, watching over me. Nothing could hurt me when he was there.
Did David kill your parents?
David wasn't there.
Interesting. Was David the friend? Alright, the last question for her is something else about how her
Died
parents
of
did.
carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have. Perhaps we should change the subject. You seem to be struggling.
It's something to do with the friend's house. It has to
Died
be.
of carbon monoxide.
Which friend was she staying with? Who were you staying with? You just gotta ask
I
that.
don't know
That's
anything
good.
about that. Perhaps you should be.
You bitch. Which friend were you staying with when your parents
I don't remember
died?
my friend's name. She was a girl from my school. Vicky. Charlotte. It's not really important.
That seems like it would be kind of important. Are you fucking kidding me? And Mariana's the only one who I did not finish. God bless it, that drives me fucking crazy. Alright, whatever. Next day. Boom! Got it right.
David Hunt.
I can change
Yes,
my
IX
skin.
phase.
Then
You would be a
skin.
better.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of
You'd
Jessica.
be a better
Dr. Dekker
psychiatrist than
did
myself.
Valentine's Day.
Puppets!
Asking
Slurky
for
working.
naked
My internet is being
There was a
bled.
girl there.
She's pretty. Hello
I'm
there.
allowed to talk to her.
She's crazy.
He was
They're
preoccupied
all
with finding
crazy.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't
Oh,
been
creepy
back to the
naked
beach
necrophiliac.
I did a shaky loop incident.
since where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Oh, Doctor,
Hello,
she
Jaya.
surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple of things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory
No,
details
narcoleptic.
and another report that...
Narcoleptic. Not Necro, that's Bryce.
I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know,
We had
I'm
one
so glad
session.
you're here.
Hey, hey! Don't go hugging me. Act 3, Spiked. Oh, wow, that was a long hug. Bye, Jaya. Have a good one. Hello, Claire. I don't want to talk to you anymore, actually. Professor Warwick. Another new face. Nathan, Mariana, Aline, Claire, Bryce, Jaya, and Warwick. Okay. Who are you?
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Dekker is dead.
Actually dead? Hmm? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
The arrest report says Claire killed David. I've underlined some things to ask her about. I wonder if Bryce buried David. What happened with Ben? Ask patients. Oh, God. So Claire did kill David. I knew she did. Oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. Dekker was your adversary? I saw him in the beginning. Did we? I don't remember seeing him in the beginning.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me.
Oh! This is the quantum suicide guy!
Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics.
Yeah, okay.
As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
What was the experiment?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
No, I can't say that I have. No, I have not, just because I'm hoping he tells us more.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive.
Yeah.
Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
So you think you can kill yourself and put yourself into another universe? I know exactly what he's talking about. Okay. IX phase, apparently,
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
Why gambling?
Why not gambling? My wife, Vanessa, left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
What parameter did you change? I know a lot about quantum mechanics. IX phase. Well, why are you studying quantum mechanics? I'm interested in quantum mechanics. I don't know anything about it. Like, I'm going to be completely legit. I am a novice in the quantum mechanics field.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Now, every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked for a while.
Not studying it, I just learned a lot because I was interested. Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
He killed your quantum suicide theory.
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
All right. What's the hangman's paradox? That's not how quantum physics works. Oh, I am aware this guy's out of his fucking gourd.
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week. But it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Tuesday, because the...
Well, it can't be Tuesday, because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then you know you'll be executed on Tuesday, so it won't be a surprise. Well, conversely, it can't be Monday either, because, well, you'll be expecting it to be Monday by deduction. Hence, a paradox. Dr. Dekker tricked me.
This guy's a little silly. He, How did Dekker trick you?
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me, and he made me doubt myself, and then it happened.
Of course it happened. You were betting
Recently, I lost
everything.
everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
You were betting the house. You fucking madman.
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms
Well, no,
of science.
he may not be wrong with the
Almost
paradox,
as if
but
he'd have preferred chaos.
tell me about your
We were
wife.
married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children. At least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. Part of me always thought one day I'd achieve immortality through science. It would be... It wasn't to be.
Oh my god. This game. Oh my god. Did it bother you? She couldn't have
Yes,
children.
it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
What were you doing on Valentine's
I
night?
was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach.
I've heard of
I
it.
got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre looks online. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Jaya, huh? How old do you know Jaya?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. Smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Sure.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist.
Sounds like you're both.
I need more money.
Why do you need money?
It's true, I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen. Quantum gambling. It's a pet project. It's got nothing to do with work. But if I don't have significant amounts of money to lose, then there won't be enough jeopardy for the experiment to work.
Sounds to me like you need a bookie.
Well, the Ministry of Defense, of course. Guns aren't going to win the next war. Quantum physics is.
Yeah, I bet you just lost your job because you lost your security clearance. Anyone who's in debt like that, they look at that, you know?
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want a talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration. They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
Fuck no! They're wanting to watch you blow your brains out, you stupid ass! God, no one can survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette unless you have a 7-round chambered gun. And you happen to be a very, very lucky son of a bitch. Fuck no. No.
No, I suppose you're right.
God.
On the timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Quit gambling, you stupid fuck!
I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it?
No. No, it's not. You have a problem.
My time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me.
I suppose theoretically you could, but that... Why would you take that kind of... Even if there was only one bullet and you put it in the chamber and you spun it and that one bullet fucking misfires, the slight chance that it doesn't... Oh, no, that's not a slight chance. The very high probability that it doesn't misfire, you're dead. You're dead. It's so ridiculously high in probability that it's impossible. Oh, he's gone. He just got up and left. That's the first person I've seen leave. Okay, Dr. Dekker. Wow. Okay. Claire, Christian Weber, blah, blah, blah. 20-40 hours on Tuesday, 8th November. I myself or her neighbor about our house, Weston Park Avenue. A steak knife on the floor, results covered. Claire cast forward, asked her if she knew the dead man. She said it was her husband. Claire! We need to talk. How are you
I've
today?
been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again. The one I told you about.
You should
She was playing outside.
You should stay away from the girl. Have you seen
It
your
makes for
arrest
interesting
report?
reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
He's just a gaming addict with a brain built for better. Yeah, he needs to go to AA or something, though.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive. David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest
Obviously.
weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it.
So either she's seeing things due to the trauma of killing her husband, or this is some terrible life insurance scam. Oh, Bryce, did you bury David
I'm actually a
Kesselford?
classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft portside sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm
Alright, I probably shouldn't have laughed at that, but I had to. So either she's saying that, yeah. I already read that. Okay. How did you fix him?
A week later, I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Why would Dekker say that? I should tell Claire Bryce says her husband is in the ground. Oh, God.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
Oh my God, Claire, you have absolutely lost your fucking mind.
He's buried at Hanby Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
I did.
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe.
Yeah, he saw your husband, but before they put it in the ground.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Bryce! How are you doing
Hello,
today,
Doctor.
you fucking
I've
lunatic?
been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like.
No, I don't have an extra hour
An
in
extra
the day.
hour, Doctor?
Yes, I have an extra hour. No, I don't have an extra hour. Oh, and I'm wasting time talking to you. It's only wrong if you don't share them.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too. Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me.
Who is the hooded figure?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
My God, alright, so I've got 2 patients that think people can come back. I rate this guy, does MDMA before bed and has crazy dreams. Why would the military be following you? Yep, definitely on MDMA.
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour. Get whatever you want and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me.
Sure, Bryce. Sure. Yes, I'll do something for you. I'm going to blanket agree to this just because you're fucking insane.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
What? Hannah. Okay, Hannah.
I did nothing. I'm not stealing anymore.
Good.
I
Bar brawl.
split the brawl up.
Impressive.
I looked in. Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed. I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
You ageist.
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered.
That's where
I'm
he
not sure I
stores
should
his
tell you
dick
what I
pics
saw
and browser
in his
history. Oh god, I X-phased! That's fucking hilarious! Went inside? Where did the old... where, the old lady or the bed? What did you see in the
I've been
basement?
feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before.
Yeah.
So I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
What did you do with the chain girl?
chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Ah! Proof! He killed him.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients, too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand. I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Have you seen Jessica again?
Is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about.
Good. Did you delete the pictures?
For her, Doctor. We've never...
Want me to make your life easier. In what way there, I X-phased?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Just don't do what you did to the Harry Potter chick. You know, look at her eyes, not her breasts. The name's Petty. Oh, well, hello there, Patty.
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today.
Ouch.
It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw? When I looked back at my hand, It was healed. Look, see?
Where are you, if you don't mind my asking, where are you from, Patty?
My
That's
hand
an
had
interesting,
healed.
that's an
The
interesting
nail
name.
had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
God, you're insane.
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor?
England near Manchester.
Magic is real.
No, I don't believe in magic. But yeah, I'm over here in the States. I'm in Michigan, which is we're right next to Canada there.
And so it isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
God, Bryce, you're fucking nuts, man. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I
Good.
emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
Home visits?
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
I think Dr. Dekker is just trying to get laid. Closer to Ontario, near Canada, did you say? Closer to Ontario or BC? I'm in Michigan. I'm in the United States. Ontario, I'm not sure. BC, I'm guessing, is British Columbia. I'm not sure which one of those I would be closer to. I've only been to Canada a handful of times. Yeah, I'm in Michigan. I live in a town called Rochester Hills. So.
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them. I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
I'll come back to you. I don't got time for you. How are you doing today?
Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Why?
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Have you had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session.
That's 2 sessions.
I think I
Good
want
for
to
you.
do. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
No, not really.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light, deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing, like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun. Like I'm home.
What?
And then I wake up.
Literally north of Michigan, you've got Lake Superior, and north of that is Ontario. Ah, okay. Rent day is the day I pay the rent. Yeah, I would have assumed that, but it gave me the question.
It's so beautiful. It calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
God, fuck, I don't know.
I guess. I hate being in the same place for too long. Maybe I'm always searching for paradise or something.
Hey, there we go. That'll work. We stopped dancing in my office. This is a dance-free office.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine. Dr. Dekker used to get my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Mentioned
I
checks.
actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Do you have money problems?
Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
Oh my God, I hate you. Everything about you just screams extreme hatred.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
You dislike crowds but visit nightclubs.
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention. Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
You kiss a guy, he assumes something else is going to happen, or he's trying to get another kiss.
They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
Probably to the beach.
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
Oh, I've got friends in New York City, Kansas, and Maine. Cool. Isn't that how it is for everybody? I hate this chick. I hate her too, man. I really do. Like, I was starting to feel a little bad for her.
We don't just
but after today,
disappear into thin air. I think
after
they returned
this,
to the place I found them.
but
I've not run into the same person twice.
She
Yes, Doctor, sometimes they follow me to the beach, and the next thing I remember, I'm blacked out. And naked. Shivering in the sand.
Quit
Who knows what happened to me?
kissing random men and gawking to the beach. Got a thing for gingers, but there's too much crazy bottle up there. Oh God, this girl, she's pretty, okay? She's pretty, but she is insane.
Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor.
Not really.
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
No.
That's good. I'm not sure I can afford any more of your time. Yes, they follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance. There was one guy. A real gym buddy. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door. It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
You're also apparently a... Never mind.
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
No. I think you're insane. Oh, God, I don't even want to answer that question. No. No, you're not sweet.
Okay, then.
I hurt her feelings. How are you today?
Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's... Terry.
You had the necklace.
Oh,
no
you
necklace.
need to know. I don't have the locket anymore.
I see
I
that.
paid it back. All of it. Every single keepsake.
Yeah! Congratulations, Aline! Nice!
You told me to. Well,
Yeah.
not in so many words, but you said I shouldn't have kept them. And what with Terry going around telling everyone I stole them, I didn't feel like I really had any choice. The locket, the watch, the ring. But I kept the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her.
Who is Sarah Dekker?
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago.
Oh, no. Oh, God. How is
Terry
Terry?
seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self.
You trying to kill her, too?
Maybe she's got a bug or something.
Oh, my God. How's
It was
Hilda
me in
doing?
the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday.
On your butt?
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me.
It's because she wants to
It'll be
live,
better
damn
after
it!
she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left.
Oh, I keep going back and forth with every one of these people. On the one hand, I want to think that they're okay, and I'm misreading it. On the other hand, when you say stuff like that, how are you not killing your patients? Oh God, yes, Mel loves games. This games. No, they are crazy. Every last one of them is crazy. I am absolutely in love with this game, but these people are nuts. Hey, Gabby. Joe, she works on the end of the path they're dying, and she's helping them. Yeah, she's helping them. She's ushering them to death faster.
You know the answer to that, Doctor. What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
Quit poisoning her.
That's the plan. I know. It sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow.
Me too.
We could try shifting now. Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay. Hold on.
She's gonna stab me.
Sorry. I don't think it's going to work. On the bright side, that probably means you're not going to die anytime soon.
No, they're already dying. She's comforting them. Gabby, I love you, but I think that you are being naive here. Like, all right. All the other nurses, people thought that she was stealing stuff from her patients that were dying. Her patients keep dying. No, other people's patients don't die at the rate hers die. The other nurses are calling her the Angel of Death. I think she might be one of those HSKs, the hospital serial killers.
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, "It's okay, don't be scared.
You don't think she did it?
Or, "I love you, Dad."
See, that's not so bad.
It doesn't really matter what
it's
their
not
relationship
it's not
is like,
helpful.
because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version, the best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
They know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
Oh God! Now see, now she's making me not hate her again.
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace?
Not if it destroys your sanity.
Tell me honestly, Doctor. Do you really think that
they're
what
all
I'm doing is
uncut,
wrong?
even the player character? No, look, I don't think shifting is wrong. I don't think I don't think you're doing anything but holding somebody's hand and comforting them, pretending to be their loved one, which is weird. And maybe they're all have dementia and they can't tell. I don't know.
Because I really feel this is something I have to do.
Do you know about the
It's true,
paper
man.
spike?
I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike.
Why is it weird?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once.
Claire, she is the worst.
Push the spike through the skin.
Nathan did it.
Yeah, this bit here.
My bet is on Bryce still, or maybe Claire or
He said he didn't
Mariana.
think I'd mind
I
the
think
sight
it's
of blood
Bryce.
being
I still think
immersed
it's
in that.
Bryce.
Actually, there wasn't any. I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real.
How do you know the spike was real?
Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
Did he just put it like in between his fingers and make it look like he did it? Claire, she is the worst. Bryce is creepy, like a real creep. Oh, I agree with you. Bryce is... Why didn't you want me to know about Sarah Dekker?
This makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it.
Did you know Sarah Dekker was
Well, that's the
Dr.
reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Why did you say I'm not
As
going
far
to
as
die
I know,
soon?
it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
No, he could have put through the soft tissue with the nerves, leaving it hurt him, maybe ease the pain out. But the blood bit is weird. Yeah,
I told Dr. Dekker
I don't
that
know.
he was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like...
It wasn't important.
important.
See? See?
He
Eli was
asked me
trying to
take
help.
care of it for him.
Yeah, look.
He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Okay. Look.
I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying.
See,
that
he didn't.
should see her before it's
He
too
didn't
late.
care, and he asked her to take care of it.
He wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him.
Take care of it for
He
him.
did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry. It was about the third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that.
See?
That's how I discovered shifting.
Do you fucking see? I think Dr. Dekker convinced her to start being the angel of death and choosing to help ease the pain of her patients by shifting them on into death. I don't think she's helping. I think she's killing people.
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't.
She
I
seems
just
like
hadn't
such a
discovered what I
sweet
could
girl. She
Sarah
just,
Dekker was one of the
she
first ones
took
to start shifting.
some bad advice and brought it to an illogical end, and everything has gone to hell. He only wanted her powers at a-hole. So her mother is crazy too, and her sister is a normal caring person. Oh, God. Oh, how is your mom psychic?
My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
Or lack thereof. What's an
To tell you
empath?
the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime.
Yeah, it's usually someone who has extreme empathy, can sense other people's emotions and shit.
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought...
And then I
what would
grabbed
really
this thing
help
and
is
I bashed her head in.
I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him. Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
What the fuck? She isn't psychic, she's crazy too. An empath usually can feel other... Yeah. Oh my god, okay. Why didn't she hold my hand to shift? Well, mine because she really can't, but... There we go. Give me back my keyboard. Why didn't you hold my hand to shift?
Well, I wasn't sure if it would still work. Sorry. It's just... I get a sense that... I probably shouldn't say, but... Well... Just think what it would mean for you if I'd been able to shift.
What? This game would be Hold on. This game would be absolutely phenomenal in 3D. Like if you could actually like see them sitting on the couch and you know with the 3D hand or whatever, you could have handed it out to her. Oh. Okay. Hi Claire. I don't want to talk to you. Nathan, how are you doing today?
Burned and his rocking chair.
Good.
The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin. I gave in.
What happened with the
I
Salvation
accidentally
Army
put
bin?
Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
What she meant was if she had shifted, you would be close to death. I suppose. That is the new correct Twitter link, by the way, in case anybody would like to follow me on Twitter. I post anytime I'm going live, some thoughts sometimes. Did you read the diary?
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. That she didn't love me anymore.
Ouch.
I regretted it.
What do you regret?
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Wow. Shall we talk about Hannah?
Maybe not talk about Hannah anymore. And thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
Did you
I
follow?
signed up for a dating website. It's a bit easy, to be honest. If I message something they don't like, I change it when the day replays. It's not very honest.
We haven't had a day replay, though. You've had consecutive days moving on.
If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather ask out one of the patients I've seen here. The friendly redhead with the accent.
Oh, I totally hook you up with her.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
I typically agree with you there, Nathan. Why was Dekker crazy?
Possibly curse other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was.
Nathan knows what's up.
Tell me about it.
If Aelin ends up being the killer, I'm even 100% doubtful about most people I know. New correct link, I'm sure I've already given you. Oh, the other, you have, IX phased, Patty. The Kajaro TTV is the new one. Yesterday it was still saying Lord Kajaro. You're crazy. What's up there, the elusive Phoenix coming in? How you doing, my man? I hope your birthday stream went well. Well, your second into your birthday stream went well. Everybody, the elusive Phoenix here is also our charity leader, the KSS. So I want to give him a major shout out. If you guys are not already following that man, please do drop over to his channel, leave him a follow. He is absolutely stunning and amazing. His friend Pixelated Smile was here earlier, and I was telling you guys about how she likes to pick on him during her streams. Well worth checking out both of those people. I would really suggest you guys do. How did Dekker curse you?
Curse. Well, remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
Oh.
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
Wow, a big shout out tonight. Yeah, of course. Thanks, Wolf. The elusive Phoenix, you stay up too late or something? What
He held his
demonstration?
hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
So he was a magician?
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
Why did Dekker
He'd
want you to
become bored
forget?
of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
What's a
He
basic
told me lots of
therapist?
people get depression, to become more active, to see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Do you know Jaya well?
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more like a step at Dekker.
Jaya says that all she ever gets from you is just the same hello, and that's it.
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
Why were you scared? I'm telling you, Dekker is stealing his patient's powers. I'm telling you, his patients don't actually have powers. They're crazy. You'll be tired and cranky. Can't have that.
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know.
Oh God, every time I think that we're starting to get to the answer, I find out that all we've done is cracked another layer of the onion, and we're sitting there slowly pulling it apart.
Started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
Fair enough. Did you kill Dekker so you wouldn't have to suffer through repeat
I didn't
days?
kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did.
Good God. What if they do and you're in denial? Yeah. I did 18 hours total streaming yesterday and didn't stop until 2 a.m. Was up another 2 hours. Good God, Phoenix. First off, bravo on 18 hours total. Holy crap. I agree with Wolf, though. That's crazy, man. Alright. Can't ask Mariani anything else. Oh, God, Claire. What were the results of David's
I think his brain was
resurrection?
already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Why don't you kill him
I'm
again?
being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
How can I help
Considering
you?
the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder, to lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer, but I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
Do you know anything about the paper
Paper
spike?
is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
Alright. I might be shifting my vote. That Bryce is the murderer to Claire fucking killed him. Not the necromancer from hell. There's a reason I only just woke up and still in bed now. What did Ben see?
He saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. But at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
We have none of that, Jaya. None of that. We have not a single case of happy, sane people in this office.
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
I did take a look at it. Thank you very much.
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
I bet she killed him in self-defense. Oh my god, Jaya, what if he's right? Are you spying on me? Gabby, I think you just want there to be supernatural things involved here. People with powers, some creature coming out of the mouth. Are you spying on me?
Balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering. He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things. I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
What was the definite turning point?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better.
Not really. These patients are all absolutely nuts.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around. Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
What? Why was it a stronger connection?
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
I've actually never heard of that book, but it sounds interesting.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
That makes me think that Dekker was trying to convince his patients to let him be the cult leader. I kind of believe in some skills, though I had dream things, and then after a while they become real, and I have deja vu a lot. All right, they're all on crack, even that Ben fellow. You're probably right.
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind.
I thought psychokinesis was the ability to, like, bending spoons, or like picking like up stuff.
Telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
Do you believe in psychokinesis common?
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically...
Is that what Jester does to us? Oh my god. Haven't you killed a few of these patients by now? No, all of my patients are still alive. How you doing there, Traven? It's good to see you. Oh, okay. Do you believe in psychokinesis?
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously. If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck. Just in case they can. But seriously, do
Have you talked to any of our patients? All of our patients think they can do that.
You believe in psychokinesis
Every
or not,
single one of them.
Figure out your approach with those that do.
Oh my god.
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder. How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
You remove their powers that they don't actually have. Don't you wish some would die, though? I think IX thinks I'm a cuckoo. Maybe a little bit, but it's all good. You can succeed in anything if you just look out hard enough. Pretty much. You remove their powers.
That's what I'd try to do.
What did you do on Valentine's?
I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before.
Shall we talk about grief
Grief is
today?
such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
I thought I already did. What do you know about Dr. Dekker's mother?
Did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old cow. Pretending to ask any more questions.
Wow.
I didn't really speak to Nathan that much at all. But I have this strange feeling that I know him really well. I can't quite put my finger on it.
So what, you're trying to confirm Nathan's power? I never said that you were insane. Never ever, Gabby. Not once. I've had dreams like that, even things that I knew exactly what was going to happen in those moments. I have as well, where it's been a long time, but I've had dreams where I see like a specific scene or something play out. Or there was one time when I was still in high school, I actually lived a full day in my dream and then had a repeat of that full day in real life, like the day repeated, even down to what like people were talking about. It was weird. It's been a long time since anything like that happened, though.
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already. Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Yeah, go ahead, show me the footage.
Joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do here. Oh my god. China, ew. Oh, fuck. Why would she know? Oh, God. Alright, guys. I appreciate you all so much hanging out with me today. I'm gonna end my stream here, though. We'll definitely pick up here next time with no doubt. If you guys will hold on for just 1 minute, I will go find somebody to raid. As always, I want to remind everybody that you matter and you have what it takes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and we will be back tomorrow, hopefully to finish. I think we're getting close to the end. I don't know. But hopefully we'll get further, at least in the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. I am absolutely hooked on this game. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Been fun. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely, Puppets. It's been good seeing you guys. Well, Wolf is streaming. All right, we'll go raid Wolf then. You guys, the elusive Wolf is a good friend of the channel. I would appreciate it if you guys would hang out here for the raid. See you later there, Phoenix. You mad dog. Alright, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.